Okay, so here is another example. 200 centimeter cube of a gas has a pressure of 500 millimeters of mercury. What will be its volume if the pressure is increased to 780 millimeters of mercury, assuming there is no change in temperature? So the two main parameters that we have here are volume and pressure. So this is an application of Boyle's law, obviously. So the first thing I would want to do here is to fish out the parameters, right? Is to bring out the parameters that are given. So I have 200 centimeter cube of a gas has a pressure of 500 millimeters of mercury. So this is volume, right? So my V1 is equal to what? My V1 is equal to 200 centimeter cube, right? 200 centimeter cube of a gas has a pressure of 500 millimeters of mercury. So pressure P1 is equal to what? 500 millimeters of mercury. What will be its volume? So what I'm looking for is what? V2. What would be its volume if the pressure is increased to 780 millimeters of mercury? So what would be the volume if the pressure, which is P2, is increased to what? 780 millimeters of mercury. So my P2 is what? 780 millimeters of mercury, assuming there is no change in temperature. So this is an application of Boyle's law, right? So Boyle's law formula is P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, right? So my P1 is what? Is 500. So 500 millimeters of mercury times my V1 is what? 200. So times 200 centimeter cube is equal to my P2 is 780 millimeters of mercury. So 780 times my V2 is what I'm looking for, right? So I'll write times V2 there. So 500 times 200, if I bring out my calculator, 500 times 200 is equal to 100,000. So that will be 100,000, right? Is equal to 780 times V2 will give me 780 V2. So to make V2 the subject of the formula, I will have to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient of this V2, which is 780. So this will be 100,000 divided by 780 is equal to 780 V2 divided by what? 780. So what I did is just to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient of this V2, which is 780, so that the V2 can stand alone. So this 780 will cancel out this 780 to make this V2 stand alone. So 100,000 divided by 780, 100,000 divided by 780, that will be equal to 128.21. So that will be 128.21. That is my V2, right? So therefore, V2 is equal to 128.21 centimeter cube. This is the answer to this question.